Welcome to My Life on a GLP1, the podcast where we share real talk and real experiences about life on medications like Zepbound, Mounjaro, and Wegovy. I'm Scott Johnson, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host Sarah. Today, we're diving into something that honestly caught me off guard when I first started researching it and learned there was an actual name tied to it from medical professionals.
Hi everyone, and Scott, you're talking about muscle loss on GLP1s, right? Because this is something we get asked about constantly.
Yes, and here's the thing. When people lose weight on these medications, they're not just losing fat, they're losing muscle too. The studies show it's roughly 75% fat loss and 25% muscle loss.
That is insane, and that 25% might not sound like much, but
But it adds up fast. I heard from someone who lost 80 pounds, fantastic achievement, but they started noticing they couldn't carry groceries up the stairs like before. They were getting winded doing simple tasks they used to breeze through.
oh wow, yeah, that's what we call sarcopenia, basically age-related muscle loss, but in this case, it's medication accelerated.
And here's what's scary. Muscle isn't just about looking toned. It's your metabolic powerhouse. More muscle means higher resting metabolism, better glucose regulation, stronger bones, better balance. The Surmount-1 trial showed this pattern clearly.
Exactly, so what can people do about this? Because I assume we're not just here to scare everyone.
Definitely not. There are 5 key strategies. First up, protein. You need 0.55 to 0.68 grams per pound of body weight daily. So if you weigh 200 pounds, that's 110 to 136 grams of protein every single day.
That's more than most people think they need.
Way more. And here's the challenge. GLP-1s suppress appetite, so you're naturally eating less, which often means less protein. You have to be intentional about it. Think eggs, Greek yogurt, lean meats, protein shakes, and I have to admit, since I am so sick of those shakes, I have become a fan of clear protein. Mixes with water, or even sparkling if you like bubbles still.
I just tried some of that. I found it to be totally refreshing. So, what is strategy number 2?
Resistance training. 2 to 3 sessions per week, minimum. And I don't mean you need to become a bodybuilder. Even body weight exercises, resistance bands, or light weights make a huge difference.
The use it or lose it principle is so real here.
Exactly. Third strategy, daily movement. Walking counts. Just don't be sedentary. Fourth, and this is crucial, work with your doctor on dose titration. If your appetite is so suppressed that you can barely eat, that's too aggressive.
That's such an important point. Slower weight loss might actually be better in the long run.
Absolutely. And strategy 5, smart supplementation. Creatine is gold standard for muscle preservation, 3 to 5 grams daily. Vitamin D for bone and muscle health. And don't forget omega-3s for reducing inflammation and supporting recovery. These have solid research behind them.
And here's something people don't think about. Ditch the regular scale. Get a body composition scale or DEXA scan to track what kind of weight you're losing.
And let me tell you, I've seen people completely transform their approach when they start tracking body composition instead of just weight. They get excited about building muscle rather than just obsessing over the scale going down.
I was a late adopter myself, but I get excited about building muscle rather than just obsessing over the scale going down.
Yes, the scale might show the same number, but losing 10 pounds of fat while gaining 3 pounds of muscle is completely different than losing 13 pounds of mixed tissue.
So, Scott, who needs to be most vigilant about this?
Older adults for sure, and anyone with a history of yo-yo dieting. If you've lost and regained weight multiple times, your muscle mass is probably already compromised. Here's a simple weekly framework. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, resistance training. Every day, hit your protein target and walk. Once a week, check your body composition. That's it.
I love how simple that is because honestly, when you're dealing with the side effects and appetite changes on these medications, you need systems that are straightforward. And Scott, I think it's worth mentioning that people shouldn't panic if they see the scale slow down or even plateau when they start focusing on muscle preservation.
That's actually a good sign. It means the body composition is improving even if the number isn't dropping as fast. Look, GLP-1s are incredible tools, but like any powerful tool, you need to use them wisely. Protect your muscle mass now and thank yourself later when you're carrying those groceries up the stairs with ease.
So, I learned something important today, not only that muscle loss could be 25% of your weight loss, but that the medical profession has a name to it: sarcopenia. So, I am going to ask our listeners right now, if you learned something new about your journey today, go ahead and smash that 5-star rating for our show wherever you stream podcasts. We appreciate you listening and supporting us and this community. Now, before we wrap, what final advice do you have to share with us on this meaty issue, Scott?
I want to emphasize one more time. If you're currently on a GLP-1 or thinking about starting one, have this conversation with your healthcare provider. They need to know you're concerned about muscle preservation so they can help you plan appropriately. And while you are doing some of your muscle building, I hope you will do a little reading to keep you busy by checking out the latest articles on my website at mylifeonglp1.com, or even better, download a copy of my book on your Kindle device and you can take it with you anywhere. Remember, this is not about vanity or bodybuilding. This is about maintaining your strength, independence, and metabolic health for the long term. On behalf of Sarah, I'm Scott Johnson, encouraging you to get some resistance bands or go for a walk today. Your future self is counting on you to do this right. Stay strong and always remember to love your journey. See you next time.